Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. This is the news beat presented to you by Ladies Like and Survivor. Follow the beat from the studio to the street. Info with the flow keeps you sharp and in the know. Sit back, relax, enjoy the news. Follow. The World Food Prize is agriculture's most prominent global award, and for 30 years, agriculturalists and scientists have been receiving this coveted reward. The prize was founded by Norman Bullock, a Nobel Prize laureate and a leader in the Green Revolution, to reward the efforts of encountering global hunger and malnutrition.
This year, 4 scientists were the joint winners of the prize for their scientific innovation of breeding critical vitamins and micronutrients in staple foods using a process called biofortification. Dr. Maria Andrade and Dr. Robert Mwanga were the recipients from Africa, along with Dr. Ian Law and Dr. Howard Boyce from the United States of America.
Dr. Andrade and Dr. Mwanga, who are both plant scientists, were both honored for developing the orange fresh potato and its breeding techniques.
Dr. Mwanga, who has also worked for the International Potato Center, was the engine behind the sweet potato research in Uganda.
He introduced the Roots and Tuber Crops program from 1986 to 1990 at the Namulongo Agriculture Institute faculty.
The facility quickly became a regional research model for developing and breeding the orange flesh potato.
The 4 scientists undertook a multi-year commitment to develop a high-yielding potato variety that was drought-tolerant and disease-resistant and could flourish in the soil and the climatic conditions of the African continent.
As a result, the white flesh potato, which is very low in vitamin A content and micronutrients, is being replaced by the vitamin A-rich orange flesh potato in the rural diets in order to counter Africa's high vitamin A deficiency rates.
The enriched potatoes are now being consumed by about 2 million households in various African states.
China has been in partnership with Africa for decades, and in 2009, it became the continent's leading trading partner, eclipsing the United States. The Asian giant exchanges about $160 billion worth of goods with Africa annually, but its investments on the African continent lags behind those of Britain, United States, and Italy. However, China has been accused of making predatory investments and getting access to natural resources by giving loans to African governments, as Congo is to award a $6.5 billion copper mining concession to 2 Chinese companies in order to pay back the loan Congo owes the Chinese, as a result of Chinese companies building hospitals and other facilities in Congo's towns and cities. Chinese companies have also been accused of degrading the environment without limit, like causing deforestation in Mozambique. They were also accused of using child labor in Congo's cobalt trade for profit. However, many African leaders are continuously looking to China to boost economic development, as Chinese state banks now loan more money to Africa than the World Bank or any other Western government. Chinese firms are winning more contracts for building infrastructure in Africa, from constructing railway lines in East Africa and Nigeria to building a city outside Johannesburg in South Africa. China has maintained its non-interference policy when it comes to African politics, as it deals with democracies as much as dictatorships. China's only diplomatic attempt on the continent eventually failed and took a wrong turn, as it tried to salvage its oil supply by trying to stop a civil war in South Sudan. Nevertheless, many Africans still favor the Chinese presence on the continent, with Africans' approval rating of China at 70%. Africa has lost billions of dollars due to corruption. Our reporter Jay Centino is here with an insightful report.
Since Nigerian President Muhammadu Buhari made a crackdown on corruption his top priority, Nigeria has made great progress in recovering stolen money and assets. And on 4th June, the Information and Culture Minister announced that they had recovered $1.9 billion. Buhari won the election by promising to recover large sums of money stolen from the oil sector. So far, he has stuck to his promise and recovered money stolen from individuals and entities who diverted, hid or stole or were in possession of money and assets belonging to the nation. The government recovered part of this money by forcing some defaulting companies to fulfill their obligation to pay taxes, but only in accounts approved for payments. Unfortunately, due to a sharp decline in global oil prices, Nigeria is facing one of its worst economic crises, making it urgent to recover the lost money and assets. So the government hopes to implement its plans to recover over $300 million from Nigerians in Switzerland, the UK, the USA, and the United Arab Emirates. Buhari urged the United Nations to speed up the process of recovering the money held abroad, saying it has become tedious. Hopefully the efforts of the government will pay off and return to its citizens all the millions they had lost. I'm Jay Centino, reporting for Newsbeat.
Thank you, Jay Centino, for that report. It's the Brexit from the European Union, Little Britain corrects it again and changes the view of Europe. With a referendum, 52% say they wanted freedom. Now the bankers and the elites are all upset, saying markets will collapse and the people will regret. But for many Brits, the EU is a tyrant that spends your money and gives you back your migrants. Should Africans really care about this vote? Well, this is global politics, so we need to take note. There'll be changes on deals between Europe and ourselves about African foods that go on European shelves. While the Brexit for Zimbabwe could be a great twist, cause they say the EU will be less imperialist. Kenya's getting worried about the shift of powers, cause Europe is the main market for its field of flowers. And development assistance will also be skewed, cause Britain channeled fundings mostly through the EU. But if Britain's place in Europe is so badly affected, perhaps the Commonwealth will be resurrected. Whatever people say, this decision is historical, the will of majority, and that's categorical. Bad news for Britain, that remains to be seen, but for some, this spells the end of the European dream.
That was the news on the beat. Next week will be another hit, still Ladies Like and Survivor, reporting live and direct with love and respect. Follow the beat, follow the beat, follow the beat, follow the beat.
Follow the beat.
Follow the beat, follow the beat, follow the beat, follow the beat.
Follow the beat.